Hello and welcome to Off the Record podcast. My name is Rejoice Nathan and I am your host. This is episode 6 and I'm so excited as usual. I'm so excited to be doing this again. You guys, how have you been? How's your week been? Guess what? Before we even dive into what we came here to be for, I want to let you guys know that we are actively working to show you the faces behind this recording. And not just me, you're going to be seeing faces of some very, very amazing people, I promise you. We are cooking up something sweet, a lot of great conversations. It's been like a very interesting project, and I've been working so hard, guys, to make this happen. I'd let you know, and for you to keep up with us, follow up, and know what's going on exactly. I want to encourage you to follow us on Instagram at Off the Record Show. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. I'm begging you, please like, subscribe, drop a comment if you have something to say or if you have a question. Share with your friends, let people know, spread the news, guys. We are also available on Spotify for those that want to listen while they drive or work out or go about their usual daily business. You can listen to us on Spotify too at Off the Record Podcast. Thank you, guys. I love you, right? So let's start with one of my favorite ways to address myself. I usually like to address myself as a growth lover, and I kind of get magneted to people with that same mentality, right? Because for me, growth is a very big and important word. It's a big thing. It's a big deal for me. When I was younger, I used to say that it's either you're growing or you're dying. There's nothing like being static. There's nothing like being on the fence. You're either growing or you're depreciating, right? And most often than not, we are growing even when, okay, that's biological now. We are growing even when we aren't doing anything, whether or not you like it. Time is reading, age is reading, and before you know, you're 40. Before you know, you are 75. Before you know, you have gray hair, right? So growth for me is like part of life. It's a necessity, something we did not ask for, something that is constant, something that whether or not you do something, it comes. And it's something we need to take serious. It's something I take serious, like really seriously. But then again, I look around me and then I observe certain things, right? A lot of people want to grow, a lot of people want to become better, a lot of people have in mind to be successful. If you're running a business, of course, you want it to grow. You no longer want to do, if you, of course, every business has a starting point, and then at some point you want to be doing 6 figures, more than 6 figures. You want your business to be running in millions and billions and all the leons. Okay, so we all desire growth, I think so. But what we are not talking about are the little things in between growth. The things that must happen for growth to come or for growth to happen. So there are 2 types of growth, I would say: visible and invisible growth. Yes, visible growth are, mostly intentional, mostly the ones that, you put in the work and it shows. You can count it. It's measurable. It's visible, like physical, right? Meanwhile, invisible are those things that it's more like the word implies, hidden. So whether or not you are intentionally doing something, it still happens. For instance, your age. Age is just a number. Age is just a number. Wait until you're 75 and you can no longer run like you used to when you were younger. Wait until you are in your 80s and you find out that maybe you no longer hear clearly or your eyes are twitching. Age is just a number. So when it comes to the invisible parts, I would say age. Time ticks. Like whether or not you're doing something intentional or not, whether or not you're following the ladder of maybe go to school, get a skill, work, build a business, get married, have children, become a grandma, graduate, whether or not you're following all those social ladders, your biological time is clicking and there's nothing you can do about it. There is absolutely nothing you can do about it. But I'm more about the intentional growth though, and this is because life is intentional. Life itself is intentional. Yeah, I know that we do not ask to be here. Do not request for it. But life is more intentional than we know or we think. Yeah, and because life is more intentional than we think, we have to be careful. We have to really be intentional with everything we do. There's this phrase of doing the same thing repeatedly and expecting a different result. Right? We all want to grow. Guys, I was stunned when I came across something on Instagram. I think it was a pastor who was preaching or a speaker. I know I heard it from someone's mouth that says you ask God for peace. Was it Denzel Washington? I can't remember. But it's someone, a public figure, said when you ask God for peace, He gives you chaos so you can practice peace. Or that's not the exact way he said it, but that's what he was insinuating. He mentioned some, practical things that when you ask God for, He gives you opportunity to, practice that thing, not to become that thing. It got me thinking. It was deep because there was a time in my life when I asked God for money. This is to say that I really related with what I heard, what this man was saying. I asked God for money, like I needed to do something. It was a huge amount of money I needed at the time. I kept asking God for money. I don't know how this money is gonna come about, but please, I need this money. And then within days, I got a job opportunity. Not like it's a contract based, not like a full-time job. It's just a contract, right? And although it didn't cover everything I needed, but it covered majority of the money. And at some point, when I sat down to calculate, that phase or that journey, how I went from having nothing to actually doing what I wanted to do, knowing that I didn't have money to do that. And then I heard the voice that said, you asked God for money and He gave you a job, right? God will not throw money from heaven. He's going to give you a means to get what you want. The same thing applies for success. The same thing applies for people who, request to be the world's greatest producer. Be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you wish for. You want to become the world's most recognized businessman or the richest man in Africa or a billionaire. I'm gonna tell you that will not just be landed to you in your palm when you're sitting in your parlor and eating rice. You're gonna have to work. God is going to put you in a situation where you work more than other people do, more than your peers, more than your mates, because you are aiming for something that is not usual, something that is not an everyday thing that everybody has. So you're going to be extraordinary. You're going to have to work extra hours. You won't rest. I'm just citing an example though. And this is me also trying to somehow talk about what growth does. Really, I think I'm drifting a little bit though. I wanted to talk about the things that do not seem like growth, that we call growth. For instance, doing the same thing that we've been doing, the same way we've been doing it. I mentioned it. And then the second thing I wanted to talk about is some of these recent names that we've coined out for some kind of character traits, for some kind of attitudes and behaviors that is supposed to be amended and corrected. We tend to name ourselves. You guys, I'm not trying to shame people that believe in all the zodiac sign. No. Me, I don't even know what that is. I was still battling with understanding temperaments. At least that's what I grew up to, on trying to understand. I've read books, when we talk about melancholy, sanguine, phlegmatic, blah blah blah. And now, at this recent age and generation, I still keep hearing zodiac sign or whatever. The core of this is self-awareness, if you ask me. I think the most important thing is understanding who you are, what makes you do what you do, what triggers you, the experiences you've had, and how it shapes your thinking, how it shapes your choices, how it shapes the things that you focus on and the things that you do not focus on, right? Self-awareness is the key here. Self-awareness is important. Even all those zodiac sign thing, I think it exists for us to understand ourselves and better putting ourselves into any room we find ourselves for the sake of growth. For the sake of growth, yes. Like, I understand that there are certain words that maybe you use on me and I don't like and all that. When someone says it and I react, even before I react, I tend to know that it is not about who this person is. It is not about this person. It is about what this thing means to me, right? So at that point, I'm not going to be attacking the person. You won't find me abusing the person and, being bitter, because this person does not know what this word does to me. What I would try, or what I would rather address, is those choice of words, the language, and let the person know that I do not appreciate being, spoken to in this manner, or I do not appreciate being treated in this manner, etc. Instead of attacking the person. So now, it removes me from the mentality that this person is intentionally trying to get to me or trying to annoy me, and puts me in the place where I understand that this person does not know what they are doing, and at least approach the matter with grace. Let's stop excusing bad behaviors for zodiac sign. Let's stop excusing not being accountable and not being responsible for our actions, for you made me do that, you made me feel that way. It is, oh my god. I'm not even saying I'm a perfect person though. I'm not perfect. But at least it should be said. It should be said that sometimes it's not usually about people, it's about us. It's about us and understanding ourselves. Well, moving on. Another thing I also wanted to address is I think I slightly mentioned it when I was talking about doing the same thing repeatedly. The discomfort that comes with growth, failure, disappointment, um, pain, a lot of feelings, mixed feelings that comes with growth. I'm going to tell you, growth is not always convenient. I promise you. I promise you that. Growth is not always convenient, guys. It takes a lot. It takes a lot from you. Sometimes you might even begin to think that it's about to kill you. I don't want to say it takes a lot more than it gives, but it takes a lot. Especially it happens differently for different people though. And I wanted to say especially for those who aim higher than their peers. You guys be careful. Be careful. Because you're going to get the level of pain. I don't want to sound negative with just mentioning pain and all of that. It's also fun growing to like experiencing growth is also fun. But you're going to get a level of stretching and challenges equivalent to where you're going. Would always use this case, this scenario of refining gold, where we say, the degree to which you put the gold, the degree of the furnace that will put the gold. People that are into all of that, I don't know so much about that, but I know that gold goes through fire, and I want to assume that it is not the kind of fire that it takes to cook food. There are different degrees of fire actually. The degree that we use to cook food, the degree that we use to burn like maybe stuff, unwanted stuff outside, the degree that burns a house. When house, shops catches fire, degree, there are different degrees, and it depends on what is being burnt. It depends on the use of it. It depends on did I say longevity right now, whatever. You already catch what I'm trying to say, man. You already catch what I'm trying to say. Let's not drag matters too long anymore. Just wanted to use a few minutes to address that. There are a lot of things that are not really growth. There are a lot of things that are growth that we do not see as growth. Failure is part of growth. Getting rejections is part of growth. Disappointment is part of growth. What is not part of growth is, making excuses for bad behaviors. I know, we aren't doing that anymore in 2026. We are out of that phase. We are out of that place. We are accountable to ourselves, accountable to people around us, accountable to friendships, accountable to things that we are responsible for. We are accountable to our lives and everything. I thank God for God. And that He said that at the end of the day, everybody's going to give account of how they live their lives. That alone should reveal to us that all man for himself, right? Instead of blaming things around you and people for making you do what you do or be what you are, why don't you begin to recognize patterns and try to be more intentional about how you approach these things. All right, guys. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all the love, for all the support. I can't even mention it all. You guys, I love you. Thank you so much. And I really want to keep growing with you. I want us to, seamlessly move into this new phase of ours where we begin to do a lot of, um, deeper conversations, because I no longer just want to be talking solo. I want to be talking with one or two persons. I want us to seamlessly move into this new phase of ours, and I hope that you receive it well, the way I'm cooking it, the way we are cooking it, because it's not even just me at this point. I'm so grateful for everyone around me that has helped me, that is helping me, and is still helping me get this dream of mine on. Everybody that is supporting me one way or the other to actualize this dream of being on your screens and continually being there. Thank you so much, guys. Until we speak again next week, have a great day. And please do not touch that. You don't want to do that. Bye.